give them nothing, but take from them everything.
Whoa, man. Hold on.
What?
Hold on, man.
What?
Listen, that's 300, bro. We're only marching 53 out onto this field. So let's see how those guys can stack up and see how we could do this year. With that being said, let's get it going.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Everything Bears Show, your home for Everything Bears. And as Wedge said in the cold open, we chopped down this roster down to the 53, and now we're going to march them out to battle and see how we size up against our schedule coming up, which the release isn't until the 11th, but you know.
Is the NFL going to make us wait? I mean, we're all hoping it's coming out on the 11th, but I think last year it didn't come out until around the 17th, 18th. But by that time, we already knew 90% of it before the official release. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
So, anyways, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. But how you feeling about that 53 we chopped down? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready.
Hey,
I'm definitely ready.
We know where the holes may be. We know holes that might still get filled. So let's take a look here. A lot of rumors out there based around the schedule and everything right now. Wilbon came out, opened up his big mouth. We might be opening up against the Seahawks. And what type of clout does he have that everybody's taking this as it being written in stone? Like, what's going on there, man?
He's been in the media a super long time.
Yeah.
He was on Around the Horn. The guy, he's got to know some people. And yeah, Ron, bear down, baby. Thank you much for coming and joining. Thank you for checking us out. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, follow us on all our socials down in the description below. If you're on Twitter, we're there, TikTok, all the good stuff. But yeah, I think he's kind of a respected voice out there. Wilbon, I like Wilbon.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a Chicago guy through and through. I just don't understand why everybody's taking what he said and like etching it in stone.
Okay. So you're a little bit like how we were with the pundits during the draft.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, so what you're saying is like they don't know shit. You don't know. You don't know if the Bears are opening up against the Seahawks. Stop it.
Right. I mean, is it a educated guess? I'll give them that. Right. You look at the Seahawks schedule, who they're playing on the road, who they would open up against. The two biggest teams on the road schedule just so happen to be the Bears and the Cowboys. So I could see where those lines are being drawn. But I mean, everybody's already penciled it in. I think it's more than likely to happen. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't understand why people are just like, yep, that's happening. Bears opening against the Seahawks on a Wednesday.
That would be an amazing season opener, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the most exciting offense and quarterback versus the defending Super Bowl champions. Like, let's go. Let's get it. I would be excited. Line them up. Let's go. I'm not scared. You're not the same Seattle team you were last year. And I think that's a lot of the Man, I know last episode we talked about Vegas odds about the Bears
Mhm.
making the playoffs this year because the schedule looks tough. When as we break these teams down as we go through this exercise, these aren't the teams you think they are.
Well, and then also think about the parity in the NFL over the last few years. There's always teams that are rising, that are falling. The Bears just so happen to be on the rising side. I think Vegas has their win total at 9.5 right now. They have to hit the over if they're gonna have a chance to make the playoffs. I think we both can agree to that. They're not getting in this division with 9 wins this year. That's just not gonna happen. Big
Right.
Mike says he's not worried about the schedules, man. He looked at the opponents.
Get
Yeah.
out of here. Same thing. I'm with you,
Mhm.
Big Mike. I'm looking at the teams right now. I got pulled up on my screen right here. I'm not worried about any of them. And Ron, I don't think we can open up against the Rams because they're not on our schedule this year.
No. But maybe we'll open up the playoffs against the Rams. How about that?
We'll do that.
Yes.
Revenge game,
Mhm.
week 1 of the playoffs. Beat them down. Beat them down,
Yep,
beat you down.
exactly.
Yes.
I agree with Big Mike here. Gonna need take 10 plus. I think 10 and you could get in. You might not win the division, but you'll be in the dance, I think, at 10. Unless you play in the NFC South, 9 might get you in again, like it did last season with the Carolina Panthers. Who knows?
Yeah, that's been a bad division for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't see it getting any better either. I think when I was looking at the Bears win totals, I think they have the Panthers set at 6.5. So that's what they think about the Panthers this year. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so what we have here is I got a list, boys. I've got a list of home games and away games. Now, we can either start with our division and go through those mucky waters this early. I'd like to wait a little bit later once people start filing in and we can start talking
Yeah,
divisional games because Don Burr's going to show up tonight. Vince is going to show up tonight. Who's the other guy? Gav, another
Vinny,
Lions fan's going to
yeah,
show up. Well, Vinny's
Packers. Yeah.
go pack go. So let's warm up with some of these other games. We've got looks like we're playing. Speaking of well, I was going to say speaking of the NFC South, we've got Carolina away,
Mhm.
Atlanta away, the Bucks at home, and I'm looking for the Saints. There they
Saints.
go, and
Yep,
the
at
Saints
home.
at home as well. So
Mhm.
let's go through the. We're gonna. I just tell you right now, we'll go through each one individually. We're gonna rip through the NFC South. I don't even want to hear it. So
Yeah.
let's start with the Bucks.
Probably the hardest game out of there, right? I would think coming
Yeah,
out. Hey guys, while you guys are in the chat, man, quick, give us you think that's a W or an L that could be on the schedule for the Bears. We'll
absolutely.
kind of keep an informal tally. And then I tell you what, when the schedule officially gets released, we'll circle back around and then we're going to start picking games. See where the bye week is, see if there's international games, so on and so forth. But without getting too far off topic, let's get back to the Bucks.
Yeah, let me make this real quick right here. Let's see, Bears versus Bucks. You can carry us so while I
All right.
figure do this here.
Sure. I mean, Ron's going all out. He's giving us point spreads already, man.
Woo! I like it.
All right, so the Bucks. Obviously, we think the Bucks are probably going to be the hardest game for one reason and one reason only, right? Probably the best quarterback in the South with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
The $1 million question is, are you going to get first half season Baker or are you going to get stretch run Baker that just was not good at all?
Yeah. So looking at their offense, they've got some weapons over there. Of course, Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback. We like him here on the show.
Mhm.
We do. They got some weaponry. I'm not scared of their defense, though. When you look at the firepower of the Bears' offense, like I don't see the Bucks beating us in no track meet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Uh, in terms of consistency, I think the Bears are going to be, more consistent with what the Bucks could be. It'll be interesting to see the Bucks without their all-time great receiver Mike Evans, who's now in San Francisco. The run game, I'm sure, is going to be good early on, but let's see what the Bears could do with that. They signed a ton of D tackles. They drafted some, UDFA'd some. We'll kind of see how they stack up there. I'm actually just trying to get out to who the Bucks have drafted so we could take a look at some of their new additions.
Sure.
I was not prepared to do that.
I'm gonna go
Their
back
first round pick was Reuben Bain Jr., so we'll get to see, what the rookie looks like at that point in time.
Yeah,
So
Darnell Wright, face to grass all game.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
So this will be an interesting one, right? We looked at Hosea Trotter. He's a Buck. We'll see if he's going to be there. So we'll get a first-hand look. Outside of Bain and Trotter, nobody really jumping off at the page. Wide receiver from Georgia State, Ted Hurst, Keontae Scott, which I think might be a good player for them. Cornerback out of Miami. Secondary D tackle from Clemson. So nothing really that, is reaching out to me and saying, oh, look what they did. So
I don't know if we're coming out of this one with a win.
We'll see. I mean, all eyes will be on Reuben Bain Jr. in that one, obviously. But yeah, kind of see what happens. I'm also bringing up. I'll bring up drafts and I'll bring up people that they have signed.
They're just not going to be able to hang with our stuff. I put up Ron's comment 38-10 because I kind of agree with that. I'll agree with that score. You're going to see this as a trend throughout us going through this schedule that the Bears are going to be averaging about 30 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just against the Bucks, they're going to score 38, and the Bucks aren't going to be able to keep up with this track meet.
Yeah, I gotta think the same, right? You look at the jump that those Lions teams took, and you gotta think that with that being a proven track record of Ben Johnson, that that's good. We're gonna see the same thing here. Just kind of looking at some of their free agent signings that they picked up. They picked up Anzalone, Miles Killebrew, doesn't move the needle for me. Kenneth Gainwell, he torched the Bears when he was with the Steelers. Re-signed Cade Otton, who was Baker's safety blanket, but outside of that, man, it just nothing jumping off the page. Nothing that screams that the Bucks are gonna take a huge jump forward.
Yeah. So, just simple. We don't need scores like how Ron did, but a win or a loss. I'm keeping tallies, and I'm going to keep these receipts, boys.
Mm-hmm.
I got us down for a win against the Bucks at home.
I do too.
Okay. Now, guys, this is not any particular order. We're not trying to guess what the schedule is going to be because there's no way in God's green earth we're going to guess the schedule. We're just seeing how the Bears match up against these opponents to find out whether or not are you worried or not. I'm not worried. Again, I already said my piece. I looked at our teams that we're playing. I'm like, oh, this is not going to be the train wreck everybody thinks it's going to be. It's not. Because these aren't the same teams we're playing. And again, when we get down the list, we'll see. Wedge, I got you for a W on this one, yeah?
Yeah. If Jameis Winston was still there, I'd say, I'm going to eat that dub.
Oh, yeah, eating a dub.
Where is old Jameis right now? Is he still with – he's not with the Giants still, is he?
I don't know. God, I hope not for them.
Yeah, God, I hope so because that will just make that circus even better.
I was like, do we play them? Do we play them?
No, we don't.
We
We
don't
play
play
the
them.
other New York team.
We play a different New York team now. Yeah, Big Mike
Big
says
Mike's with the Jets.
Giants.
Yeah.
All right, so that was one home game. Now let's pick one away game. Like I said, we're gonna wait till everybody starts showing up later. Looks like Big Mike did not drive today. Maybe Create's driving the new Subaru tonight.
Yeah.
He'll bring the gang with him. But so that was one home game. Now we'll go one away game. Do you have the teams by you too?
I do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You pick the next away game.
All
Whatever
right.
you
I
want.
mean, let's stay in the NFC South. We'll run through all those teams here.
Okay.
Let's go the Atlanta Falcons. Now, rumor has it, the word on the street, and I'm no Michael Wilbon, so I don't know shit. But rumor has it that this game could be a game played in Madrid.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So if that sways you a little bit for...
It might. You know why? Because this is technically, according to the schedule, an away game. But when we play in neutral territories like that, don't tell me there's not going to be a gang of Bears fans over there.
Sure.
Madrid, they're going to be like, "Oye, Los Bears, let's go!" Like there's Bears fans all over the world.
Ole, 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 ole.
There's going to be a bunch of Spaniards. Those are my people, and they're Bears fans. Big Mike already with giving us the dub. I'm gonna keep. You know what? I'm gonna keep yours too, Big Mike. I'm keeping the receipts today. So make your picks. Don't end this season 17-0. Don't do it, Big Mike. Listen to me. I'm the one who's gonna be doing that shit.
Right. I have to go out and kind of sometime be the voice of reason here.
But let's see Atlanta. So the great running game, great tight ends. Who's their quarterback? Are they going with Michael Penix?
So he's supposed to start off the season hurt. So I believe one Tua Tagovailoa,
wow,
the lefty, has the inside track of starting the season for him. They wanted the lefty quarterback so they don't have to ship around the offense too much when Penix comes back. But this could be Penix's last shot at really trying to grasp the starting role.
Wow. So again, because we don't know the schedule, we don't know who will be quarterbacking here. If Tua is taking over because Penix is not going to be available, does he like do just a bang up job and you don't want to rock the boat? You just keep him in until he starts sucking?
Yeah, no.
Does the poor guy get concussed? He's got real bad issues with concussions.
That's kind of what I was thinking. And just looking at Atlanta's draft, you probably don't remember their first round pick because they didn't have a first round pick. Okay. They traded that away. So in the second, drafted Avion Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson, Zachariah Branch, a wide receiver out of Georgia, Kendall Daniels, a linebacker out of Oklahoma, and then a couple other D-tackle, linebacker, O-tackle. No names really jumping off of that page for me.
Okay.
Wow.
Free agency, man. I don't remember them making a splash off of that, but let me pull up their transactions.
I forgot to change the banner.
Their website sucks for transactions. Goes from 1-1 to 3-9, where they said that they restructured Troy Anderson's contract, released Darnell Mooney and Kaderil Hodge. So
even their website sucks.
Yeah. So, because their website sucks,
putting the W for me.
Yeah,
that's a W for me. Let's go. I'm marking it down. Big Mike picked them for a win too. Me and Wedge both concur. That's 2-0, boys.
Big Mike says, "Dub, I ain't scared. Caleb likes to travel." Word. So going W there. I'm going W there.
Good evening, Noah. How's it going?
Noah? Oh, looks like Noah might have been driving. Romy's here too.
Romy, what's up, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing well. Big Mike, what does he say? Took Ditka 4 years to win a Super Bowl. Ben does it in 2 and doesn't lose to the Dolphins. That'll be key because we do play them.
Yes.
Which I'm going to continue here. We're going to continue here with the NFC South. Next game here, we're going to go ahead and go to another home game where we will be inviting New Orleans Saints. Wow. We're not going to talk very long on this one.
Any chance that Spencer Rattler unseats Shut for the starter?
Yeah.
Any hopes there?
That's going to be a hell of a quarterback competition.
Yeah.
Out there.
I love the fact that the Saints were so confident in the progression that he made that they're like, we're good. Good for you, Saints. I appreciate that, buddy. Good job. Good job. Let's see what old New Orleans did in the draft here. So as you are trying to make a decision, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State, who I think will be a good player. So he might work out well for them. Christian Miller, D-tackle out of Georgia. We looked at him a little bit. Yeah. Drafted a tight end in Oscar Delp from Georgia. I still think we got one of the better tight ends out of the draft.
Yeah.
Guard Jeremiah Wright. They drafted Bryce Lance, who we looked at from North Dakota State.
Yeah, no way, really. Okay.
Burner, yeah. And then Lorenzo Styles Jr., a safety out of Ohio State. So, and a wide receiver out of LSU and a cornerback out of Iowa. So a couple decent pieces in there, but not going to overthink this.
Yeah. Be it as it may that they drafted wide out and all this, you don't have a quarterback to get you the ball.
Yeah.
Because let me go. Did they still have Chris Olave, or was he dealt somewhere else?
No, they still got him.
Yeah. So that's a decent wide receiver core. But again, both those quarterbacks are just awful.
Yeah.
Awful. And you can just pick one. It doesn't matter. Either way, the Saints are screwed. They're going to, whoever wins the battle during the offseason to win that starting QB spot, say by mid-season the coach has seen enough and he gets benched, you're bringing in ass clown number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call a kid an ass clown. He's, you have to be a certain talent level to make it to the NFL. I'm just being hyperbolic. But yeah, you got one crappy quarterback for the next one. Come on.
Mm-hmm. They picked up a couple guys in free agency. David Edwards, Caden Ellis, linebacker. They're the ones who signed Travis Etienne to kind of split those carries with Kamara because he's getting a little long in the tooth. But yeah.
Chad, look at, man. We're on Bears Kool-Aid right now.
Yes.
Okay, floating on a orange and blue cloud, and here comes Mr. Logic to go.
Mr. Pop your balloon and bring you back to earth.
To say, hopefully the Saints don't turn out to be one of those games you guys just overlooked. Ain't that right?
It's true.
One of those.
Look at last year's
trap
game. Right?
Game.
Yeah, we thought we were going to roll them, and we were up 21-0 with like 2 or 3 minutes left going into half, and then all of a sudden we roll into halftime 21-14 because the defense just was already in the locker room.
So. Yeah, golly, man, they were oof.
Yeah,
just brutal.
They're going to be improved. I don't trust either of those 2 quarterbacks.
No.
But
no. Uh-oh. Vince, what's up, my man? Vince, The Saints might be tough. For you guys, maybe.
Congrats, Vince, on picking up that 5th-year option on Lucas Van Ness.
that's gonna pay off big time.
Oh my word. The whole NFC North has to battle the NFC South. Yeah, so you're just tuning in, I assume. What we're doing today is we're going to go through, even though the schedules don't come out to the 11th, we do have our home and away games and who our opponents are going to be. So last episode, we chopped down the roster to 53, and now we're going to take these boys into battle, and we're going through these game by game. And we're currently, because we just started the show, we are currently in the NFC North, NFC South, my bad. We're reviewing the NFC South teams. So, yeah. Let's wrap this up with the Saints, boys. I think it's a unanimous. We're not going to take Ben Johnson is not going. Ben Johnson is not going to let the Bears sleep on any team this season.
No,
none. There's going to be no trap games coming from a Ben Johnson coached team. So that's a win against the Saints.
Hey, listen. I know we're keeping receipts, but we reserve the right before the final schedule comes out to change any picks, any dubs, whatever. The ebbs, the flows, we'll see how it goes. This will be a show that will get revisited, I'm sure, right before the season kicks off, after the preseason, and we see what we actually have. So Ron says 48-3 Bears.
I'd look at Ron. You're speaking my language here.
Ron's got the pitcher Kool-Aid, not just the cup in front of him, man.
Double fisting pitchers of Kool-Aid. I love it. And it's Chicago Pollock. Is that Winarski? Ron Winarski over there. I love it.
Yes, yes.
All right. So
that leaves the Panthers.
The Panthers.
A playoff team. The first playoff team from last year that we'll cover on the Bears schedule. Okay. So Panthers. Going with Bryce Young again. Let's see kind of what they did here in the draft. I don't remember off the top of my head, but Carolina. So they picked up a left tackle in Monroe Freeling. They also drafted Lee Hunter, the big D tackle, run stuffing D tackle. Chris Brazil, the second, a wide receiver out of Tennessee. Cornerback out of Texas A&M in the fourth. They also picked up Sam Heck, the center from Kansas State that we thought the Bears were high on.
Mm-hmm. That's why Wedge reserved the right to change that, because when the schedules come out and we're like, we're 4 days, we just got back from Brazil and we have to play another game, like that'll change. That'll change our picks.
They also picked up Zakee Wheatley, who we looked at as a possible later round safety that the Bears might have been interested in.
I remember Wheatley.
Yeah. In terms of free agents, take a look here. I might turn the introduction of the teams over to you so I could bring both of these up. So,
okay.
While we're going.
So what did we do it already? Or we're doing the Panthers. This is the last team in the NFC South that we're going through. I guess if you guys tuned in a little bit late, real quick, Bears fans, not you, Vince. I mean, you can give guesses. I'm kidding, Vince. But however, with the first team we went over is we're at home with the Bucks. You guys want to guess? Is that a win or a loss? Chat, I'm going to keep the receipts. Oh, plus these videos archive as well, so we can always go back. Bucks, Falcons, Saints, Panthers. I mean, so far we're 3-0. And now we're going to talk about the Panthers a little bit, and we're probably going to be 4-0 because I don't need to know too much. They're, I don't know, though. You know what? They're a scrappy team.
They are. Their defense was really good last year.
Yeah.
They signed Jalen Phillips, so they're the ones who won the Jalen Phillips contract. Devin Lloyd, Kenny Pickett doesn't move the needle for me. Luke Fortner, center.
Stone, their wide receiver. Their wide receiver won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, McMillan, I think. Yeah. So they've done quite a bit to upgrade their team. I know their win total is set at 6.5. This could be a tough game.
Yeah,
I
this could be a
do,
tough game.
this is going to be one of those on the road. And yeah, they beat plenty of teams that they weren't supposed to last year.
Yeah.
The Rams being one of them, right? Yeah. And Chad, they are at Carolina. So this could be a tougher game than what we think.
Is it tough enough to make it a loss?
Mm,
I mean, we have Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson.
yeah,
They don't.
I get it, man.
And I tell you what, too, you know what I did last night before I fell asleep? So there I am. I got Haagen-Dazs Rocky Road ice cream. And I'm flipping through YouTube because there's nothing better, right, guys, than finding that one thing you're going to watch while you eat. Like, I won't start eating anything until I have found the video I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the condensed game against the Rams. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's do this. It's only 45 minutes. Let me get this ice cream going. And I'm watching. Dude, the Bears are a really good football team.
Yeah.
Offensively speaking. Like, yeah, they had a little bit of problems with Jared Verse. Tooney struggled a little bit at left tackle. And maybe he wasn't familiar with some of the run plays because there were a couple, like, I don't want to say whiff blocks, but he did not get a good block. And it broke up the run play. But for the most part, he did spectacular. Anyways, Caleb was on point. I watched every down, and I'm watching every throw. Dude, he was locked in. He was really locked in. It was a really good game. In Carolina, it's going to be beautiful weather. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's always beautiful in Carolina. It ain't going to be -12. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to surrender wins right now. So is this, we might go separate ways, Wedge?
We'll see. I guess we make the picks, won't we?
Like, what I saw from the Bears, I don't see Carolina beating us.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a revamped safety room that I feel is an upgrade from last year's safety room. It took Brisker to play 4 years to finally see our best game from him that last game. There was one drive. He was responsible for every first down, sack. Second down, he tackles the runner. And then the third down, he broke up the pass play.
PBU.
And then it was punt. Yeah, and that was all Brisker.
That was definitely Brisker's all-time game. Yeah. I mean, if that was the version of Brisker that you got every Sunday, he would still be a Bear.
He would absolutely still be a Bear.
But that wasn't the Brisker we saw every Sunday.
No, he really did. He left it all out there. But we got Thieneman and we got Kobe Bryant. Kobe! And so, like, I'm picking the Bear. I'm with Romy on this one. I'm not going to go 17-0. I might go with Noah. 39-0. No, they're not. Carolina's going to put up some points on us for sure. Because just again, Bryce Young was looking really good. He had a rough couple starts to his NFL career, but something clicked for him, and the kid's playing football now. So I think it might be a closer game than 39-0, Noah, but I'm still going to pick the Bears to win this one.
All right. You look at what the Panthers added in Monroe, Freeling, Lee Hunter, and then, kind of going back to who they signed with Jalen Phillips and a legit pass rusher. Doesn't mean a damn thing because I think the Bears are going to win that game too.
All right.
But it's going to be a little bit closer than I think what we would have normally thought. I can see between the Panthers and the Bucks, one of these games going the other way. But for the most part, I think the Bucks will be the harder team to play, and you have them at home. So I think they'll still have enough to get it done. I still don't fully trust Bryce Young in that offense, though he started to round into shape. He will have to take another big step, I think, to be able to outscore what this offense could do this year.
Agreed. All right, so we got Vince hanging around. I kind of want either Gaff to show up or Don Burr, because we are going to cover the NFC North games, and
You
there's
want
going to
to?
be 2 of each.
Well, I mean, we could still leave them for the end here. We still have to go through the AFC East with the Jets, Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's move to the AFC here.
Okay.
First up, you pick. I'll change the banner.
So let's start with the Jets at home here.
Jets at home.
Mm-hmm. So the Jets added a ton of drafts, people that they drafted because they had a ton of picks. But who's the trigger man in New York? Is it one Geno Smith, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start there. I'll let you start kind of going into your spiel here as I pull up the Jets free agencies and draft picks here.
Well, so as we know, the Bears defense really suffers trying to stop the run. And as we have it, the Jets retained Breece Hall. So we're going to have our hands full that day with him. But with Geno Smith, you just don't know what you're going to get from Geno. He's going to throw you 1 or 2 for sure.
Mhm.
I'll also cover some of these comments. You boys are rolling right now. I love it. Vince says you can expect Bryce Young to throw an interception per game. Yeah. Facts. He'll give you 1.
Yeah.
Man, Noah and Romy give no love. I like toast. Thank you for joining us. I like toast. It all depends on our defense. Will it be able to pressure the QB? Yeah. Remember, they beat Green Bay and the Rams last year. They sure did twice.
Mm-hmm.
Twice, toast. Twice. Thanks for joining us. I like toast. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, do all those good things. Let's see. Don is my bestie. We go way back. Okay, so you know Donnie too. Of course, what Bears fan doesn't know Don Bird? Don't worry, he'll be here before the end of the show. He's been showing up a lot lately, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have Don Burr in the house. Let's see, Chad.
Chad's starting
Bears
to get on the program here.
106, Jets minus 74. They did things to go negative.
Yes.
The Jets are bad. Romy says, no, it's all love here. It's all love. Romy.
Mm-hmm.
We got Vince again. The Jets are cursed. They really are. They really are. They're in shambles. You got Bryce not even getting in field goal range. I at least give them 13.
All right, so let's take a look at what the old Jets did so far this year. So the Jets drafted David Bailey, number 2. Okay, so one of the top flight edge rushers. Let's see what they could do there. They also drafted Kenyon Sadiq, top-rated tight end in the first round. And with their 3rd pick in the first round, they drafted Omar Cooper Jr. Again, the common denominator is here Geno Smith. D'Angelo Ponce, another Indiana cornerback. Darrell Jackson, the D tackle out of Florida State. Cade Klubnik, the QB out of Clemson. Probably in the backup role, I'm guessing. And then a guard and a safety out of Kansas State, VJ Payne. In terms of free agency, I don't remember them being very active, but they did make some moves here. They signed Mika Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins for a 7th round selection. They acquired Geno Smith, which we talked about. Outside of that, nothing. Let's see. Acquired D-line Viandre Sweat from the Titans for Jermaine Johnson. Signed Joseph Osai, Kingsley Enigbari. So, Vince, you probably remember that name. David Anyamamada, Dane Belton, and then one of our beloved former Bears, Nashawn Wright.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll get to see those guys here. So
yeah. You know what? When you put a guy in motion and see that they're running man, just immediately tell Xavion, run across her. You're going to toast them all day.
Khalif Raymond and Xavier Thomas just lighten him up. So
Yeah,
just don't
run
challenge him
crossers.
down the field, right?
Correct. Don't challenge a 9-ball on him. Just crossers.
Mhm.
Make him turn his hips, and you're gonna be wide open all game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And they have him at home. Don't you kind of wish that Justin was still there? Like to see Justin make his Soldier Field return?
no.
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 Okay.
Because this would be the game that he fucking takes it to us. And like then we just look stupid. So no, I'm glad he's not there. Yeah.
All right. I hear you.
Yeah, because we could the Bears said, look, until I know all the yuck is completely washed off, like I don't want any of that bad juju coming our way. And that could be bad juju. A game we're supposed to just beat the crap out of somebody, and it's Justin Field at the helm, they would, we would look something bad would happen, okay? Something just
The old
crazy.
egg on your face type of thing.
Yeah, but it's Geno Smith, and to Big Mike's comment here, Geno threw 3 picks the last time he played against the Bears. He's got Bears 46, Jets 3. Might be a bit closer than that. Might be like 46-24. Because we can't stop until I see it. We can't stop the run. Breece Hall can have a very big game.
Yeah, the Jets are going to be really young, and they really need to hope that some of that talent gels together. This is one of those games where you hope you get them earlier on in the season, right? Before, if they can make something out of whatever, that you don't get them later on in the season when they've had time to kind of gel.
Yeah.
Where it could be a little bit more of a trap type of game.
There's going to be no trap games with us.
I'm just saying.
Just Ben's not going to allow it. Okay, if he has to soap in a towel, okay, soap bars in towels if he has to, is not going to let the Bears sleep on any games this year. And any of the remaining players that were retained from last season who made the roster this season, they're still going to have that loss to the Rams taste still in their teeth that they never got out. So, like, when they come up against a team they know they should beat and a convincing win, they're putting a pedal to the metal, man. I'm telling you, I am drunk on Bears Kool-Aid right now. You have no idea what kind of mood I'm in for this show tonight. The Bears I might pick them to go undefeated. No.
17-0. Yeah.
No, there's games in here that are going to be double tough, kid. Double tough.
Yeah, Ron coming in 54-3 against the Jets. Big Mike, I don't think Glenn is a good coach. And who knows if it's later on this season, he might not be with the Jets at that point.
He might not be the coach.
Yeah. And then Noah's saying Hall is coming off of a torn ACL from last year. So
it's a W for me.
Yeah, put the dub on it for me too.
All right, Big Mike, I got you. Dub.
Ron's a dub. Spike Bears Kool-Aid is way better anyway.
Amen, brother. Amen. All right, let's go. Let's see. So that was another home game. We're going to pick an away game. Now let's get tough. We're going to get tough here, boyos, because I'm going to pick an away game in Buffalo.
Opening up the new stadium this year, are they not?
Oh, yeah. Is it this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The new Highmark.
So Not really too much to say about the Bills. Josh Allen, DJ Moore.
Mm.
Who else? Their running back is nasty.
Yeah, Cook. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at who they drafted this year. Got that up here. So the Bills stayed out of the first round as well. TJ Parker, the edge out of Clemson, somebody that the Bears were looking at as well. Davison Igbinosun from Ohio State. Jude Bowery, one of the tackles we looked at out of Boston College. Skylar Bell, wide receiver out of Connecticut. They had a ton of draft picks, but none in the first. So no other names that really just jump out at me from their draft class here. And in terms of their free agencies, we know they lost Joey Bosa because that's one of the rumors of the guys that the Bears might be looking at here. Transactions. So let's see here. Came to terms with Dawson Knox, so brought him back. Connor McGovern, which was, I think, a guy who was on the Bears' radar. They signed Bradley Chubb, D. Alford, Kyle Allen as the backup. Another former Bear, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So we'll see a couple of guys from the team last year. So,
Berlissimo. Good evening, sir. He says, what in the AI hell is this thumbnail to this live? Ben Hur Johnson?
Yes.
I'm glad you liked it, maybe. It's, it's Ben Johnson. And the Gladiator in the Coliseum, Berlissimo. It's the Romans. Come on.
Yeah, this game's definitely going to be tough. Chad, maybe DJ becomes, the Bear Slayer instead of the Cheese Grater. I don't know. But this is going to be a real tough game for the Bears. You got a running quarterback in Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The offense, I think, is going to be much improved with DJ Moore being on that squad as well. This could be one of those games, though, that I can see turning into a shootout, a la the Bengals last year. Maybe not quite that high or that explosive, but I could see this being a higher scoring game because their defense still isn't great. Kind of the same problem that the Bears had last year. But I think in the end, I think Josh Allen might be a little bit too much with the dual threat, and that will be real tough for the Bears to overcome.
Berlissimo spiked his Bears Kool-Aid. He says, I have the Bears winning this one 146 to -18. With that coach making the opposition request counseling at halftime. And Josh Allen needs to be talked down off the roof, off the stadium. That's a good thing there, Berlissimo. Good pick.
Nice breakdown there, my friend.
How did the Bills get to -18? They didn't have Ditka.
Yeah.
Yes. Romy Berlissimo does have very good breakdowns.
If you guys haven't checked it out, yes, Jordan Vandenberg, the White Rhino, couple good games. He also posted a new video on there. So once you guys are done liking and subscribing here, pop over to Berlissimo. Let's build him back up as well here, man. He's got a lot of good tape out there.
Absolutely. Big Mike, the Bengals game was my favorite game from last year. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, that was Colston Loveland's coming out party.
Yeah.
And just high flying, just
Loveland and Monungai. I mean, because Swift was out that game. So that's where we saw those guys just cement their spot on this team for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and it was a track meet to the T. It was a
Yes.
track meet. I don't know if I see this Buffalo game being a track meet though, man. I mean, like if it gets out of control, because one thing you can kind of bank on with Josh Allen as their quarterback is just the consistency. Like
Mhm.
they are going to march down the field, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. They're gonna be like looking at points every time they possess the ball. That's just because that's who they are. Okay, these guys have been to the big show. They've made it to the AFC Championship so many times. Yes, they've lost, but you don't get there year in and year out without that consistency from quarterback play. And if the Bears aren't on it, the game could just slip away from them real quick.
Mhm.
And so, and it might be one of those leads you can't come back from because, as I mentioned, they're going to keep marching down the field and scoring points. And if we're not, that could be again, we'll be in a bad position. And so, for me, I do have this chalked up as a loss for this one, just because let's say it's even close. They could edge us out.
Yeah.
That's just the reality.
With the weapons and the dual threat of Josh Allen, I think that's going to end up being the difference in the game. The one thing I hope that happens after that game is Caleb takes a look at what a dual threat can really do and how much pressure he could put on a team if he decides to use his legs a little bit more, or just take the 6-7 yards at a time if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
That's the one place where I think we all were ripping out our hair last year as Caleb is rolling out to the left or the right. Instead of throwing that 6-7 yard worm burner dart, to take the 4 or 5 yard slide, get down, let's live for another play type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a good suggestion here by Barlissimo. The full game's on YouTube if you want to see the best game for Xavion. Actually getting some consistent play. Thank you, Barlissimo, for the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Manungai gonna be a fucking beast this year. You damn right. I know I've seen, so they've already shown like little clips of them already kind of like working out and stuff, and you see them running through the little yard marker things, and when you see, I see 25, I'm like, ooh, yeah. Oh man, we're almost back, boys. We're almost back. Just breathe. I need a paper bag in here.
Xavier Thomas's tape. Holy hell, did LSU have a bunch of crap at QB last year? Not a Nussmeier fan, huh? Michael Van Buren could be a running back possibly, but holy hell, is he awful at QB?
Is that the game where Xavier threw a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
He did throw an option pass. Can't remember if it went for a tutty. And Manungai looked a lot quicker in that. Yeah.
If he's quicker to the hole with as explosive as he is, watch out. I think, you might be staring at a couple 800-900 yard backs. The split might become a little bit more 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if, they try to challenge that 50-50 split so that they can really take a good look to see what they might need next year after Swift's a free agent. Who knows?
So yeah, that was Barlissimo says, because this was a question I had last episode. I'm not sure if you were stuck through the whole thing, Barlissimo, but my question was, this is a contract year for Swift, right? And so, he gives us his best. It's a great year, blah, 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 but we don't sign him, right? Too many miles on those tires, whatever.
He's going to be hitting that 30 mark soon. Mm-hmm.
Can Kyle Manungai be a full-time RB1? Can he?
I think we're going to find that out this year. He carried the load 1, maybe 2 games. I think he led with carries with the Bengals game where he was the featured back.
Yeah, Barlissimo says, yes, he can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like it. And I also kind of wonder if like Ben Johnson's offense isn't built for a, Saquon Barkley, where he's in there every
Yeah.
down. That's not Ben Johnson's offense. Ben Johnson wants to give you the left and give you the right, and
Yeah.
then give you the left and then give you the right. And
The
then,
old 1-2, huh?
yeah, like
Yeah.
so his offense might not even call for him to have to be a full-time RB1. He's RB1A, and then we'll get an RB1B.
Mhm.
Let's see, Big Mike. I was watching highlights of that Eagle game. Run game. Oh, the run game. That game was nasty.
6 yards
Just-
a carry. Yeah.
Just filthy. I mean, the Eagles didn't know. Either they were tired. They didn't want none of that smoke. None of it. I mean, like after the first couple times, their defenders got their bells rung by Kyle or Swift. They were like, "Nah, that's good. We're punching out. We're out of this one. We're not
Yeah.
because that run game, that game was amazing." Oh shoot! Amazingly, DeAndre Swift turns 28 this year, which is usually when backs take a step back in terms of speed. Yeah. Yep.
Bears one. Yeah. There's supposed to be a couple good backs coming out in the next draft too. And that might be why, they didn't take like a Washington who might not be as complete as some of the others or as fast. That might be coming out next year. And then they just dominated the Eagles.
It was a glorious game. It was one of the best games of the year. And it was run heavy. That was it. It was just, we took your lunch money. Do something.
Snatched your soul in the process. Yeah.
That was great. All right. So did we all chuck this up for a loss against the Bills?
I'm just going back, seeing maybe some other scores. Noah's got the Bears winning against the Bills, but I'm saying that's probably going to be a loss for them.
All right. So let's move on from the Bills. Next, we're still staying in that AFC
East.
East. Thank you. I'm looking at who to pick East. We got, because we were just away. Now we're going to go back home. We have the Patriots coming to town.
Ooh, Patriots, huh? All right.
Are they going to have a coach? Let's start there. Are they going to have a coach?
Yeah. He's got too much of an ego to not step down. They will force him to fire him, and I don't think Kraft wants to do that. My 2 cents.
Will enough women write angry letters where they have to let him go?
That's not going to bother Kraft.
Well, isn't it? Because it's part her fault too. It's not like he was being some kind of a monster out there. He's just a man.
It takes 2 to tango, right?
Yeah, and she was married too, so she's just as bad as he is. Except she just has like a media job, and this guy coaches a multi-million-dollar organization.
That went to the Super Bowl last year. Yeah.
That went to the Super Bowl. That has to give him some sort of leniency.
I would think. That's why I don't think he's, if they were 1-15 or 16, we might be, singing a little bit different too. But they were 14-3 or something like that.
Yeah, and made it to the Super Bowl, right? Like you said, if they had a very piss poor record, you gotta resign, dude. You gotta go.
Yeah. So the Patriots in the offseason, they signed Mike Brown and Kevin Byard, both safeties there. They picked up Romeo Doubs, Reggie Gilman, a fullback, Julian Hill, a tight end, Draymond Jones, linebacker from Miami. Signed KJ Britt from the Dolphins. That's pretty much it for that. And then their draft, they picked up Caleb Lamu,
Gabe Yakis, the edge from Illinois. Be curious to see how he does. The tight end out of Notre Dame, Eli. Karan Prutney, cornerback out of Wake Forest. And a bunch in the later rounds that a lot of us probably don't know. So
let's see. There's a lot of solid halfbacks returning in the college football this year. Don't be surprised for Ahmad Hardy to get talk for Heisman if he continues to ascend. Hopefully we're in a good place in the draft to grab a good running back. Bears 50-9. Noah, all right, good pick. That's an easy one for you. Romy, Bears squeak it out 27-20. Jed,
brings up a good point here.
If A.J. Brown's on the Patriots to balance out that offense, I could see this as a Bears loss. Sorry, guys.
You don't have to apologize to us, man. You're entitled to opinion. We'll just tell you if we think it's wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. No, it's going to be a tough game because, I mean, they're just a good football team. They're flat out.
I see what Ron did here. 46-10 Bears.
We see you, buddy. We see you.
I got you.
That would be lovely if that's the end result of that game.
Especially if it was played maybe the last game of the year.
You know what we could do? Hear me out, Bears fans. So that game, we're at home. Okay, it's a home game. If Vrabel's still their coach, Wedge, I don't want you to shoot this down. Don't love it till you hear it.
Okay.
We float Courtney Cronin over there on their sideline.
Okay.
Okay? Like all games, she's just going to walk around. She'll spritz a couple little extra puffs of perfume so that he could smell it. He could smell her while he's trying to call plays. He's not going to be able to concentrate and focus on the game. Bears squeak out the win.
We just need to find out what perfume his mistress wore and then send that to Courtney Cronin. And then, I like where your head's at here.
Yeah, you see?
Yes.
Games within games. That's what I'm thinking. Game within the game.
I like it. We'll figure it out. I don't know if Courtney Cronin's going to listen to us and our suggestions, especially if she goes back and watches some of the clips, but we can always try.
She'll take one for the team. She's a Bears fan. Let's see. 46-10 sounds a little, what did he say? Hold on. 46-10 sounds a little pessimistic to me. Yeah, it's not even going to be that close.
How about the kiss cam?
How about a kiss cam? Like at the Coldplay concert. Yeah, get him in one of those predicaments.
Sneak the fridge in at the goal line.
That's right. Mayo and pickles, baby. Mayo and pickles on our sandwich, please, Courtney.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is going to be a tough game, man, and it's at home, so I'll give us an edge there because the stadium's going to be going bonkers. But Chad does bring up a good point.
Yeah. If they get A.J. Brown, like everybody thinks they're going to after June 1st, this offense is going to be much improved. And the fact that they picked up one of the top tier tackles in the draft to really close a couple of the holes on that offensive line, this could be tough. The Bears don't have the defensive line prowess that the Seahawks did. If they did this, we could be talking about this a little bit differently because you saw what you can do to May with a good pass rush up the middle.
Yeah. That we don't have, as we know of as we speak right now. Correct.
And the Patriots defense was kind of really sneaky good last year. Yeah. Not a ton of flashy names on there, but kind of the sum of the whole type of thing.
Yes. Like working together as a nice cohesive unit. And as a unit, they were good. I mean, they looked great in that Super Bowl game. I mean, the Patriots couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a huge factor here. I'm sorry, fellas. I think I'm picking this as a loss because if Drake May's back there and he's got time, he'll pick you apart. And with the pass rush that we have right now on the 53 that we cut down, I don't know if we're going to be all up in Drake May's ass like that, like the Seahawks were.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the secret weapon. Maybe Drake will have a little bit of PTSD if he sees Kobe ranging around back there from their Super Bowl. But Big Mike thinks the Patriots are going to have a lot of distractions this year with their head coach. A.J. Brown might be a distraction, though. Usually he wasn't until the very end. He was a pretty quiet guy.
Yeah.
So A.J. Brown might have some problems catching balls out there. And Romy, he wants your Bears card right now.
Right now. Give it back.
Barelissimo, Caitlin Sharkey, and Courtney Cronin. The Bears fire. Yeah, I think this is one of those games for me here too that I would probably put in the loss category for the Bears. I do like the fact that it's at home, and we all know what the narrative's going to be going into that game. It's number 1 versus number 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are they going to stack up? What's going to happen? This would be a big win for Caleb if they're able to pull it off. But yeah, I think right now, Diana Rossini is the Bills' best receiver out here.
She's a receiver, all right.
Yes. It's going to be a whole theme this entire year, and I can't wait because it's not about our Bears. Bring it on, man.
Yes. Until they find out that Ben Johnson has like bodies buried in his cellar, there's no problems from our organization.
Yeah.
I say that because Ben Johnson's a psycho. Okay, he's our psycho.
Right.
So all right. So that's it. Pats. Another. Oh, Barelissimo. Wow. No, sir.
Now it's getting a little racy. Yeah.
Not too far. That's exactly our lane, sir.
Yes.
That's exactly our lane here on the Everything Bears show. You should check out some of our shorts. There's some pretty risque things that have been said on this show. Speaking of Courtney Cronin, of course.
Yes.
We've got them in shorts. Yeah.
You go to the one where we were talking about palate cleansers and that.
Palate cleanser too.
Yeah, that episode kind of went off the rails, especially when we were talking about Dixon Cider.
The guy, Dixon Cider.
Yes. Yes.
All right. We digress. But no, Barelissimo, nothing is off the table here. We say everything we want to say here.
Yes. This is a safe space for all Bears fans.
This is a very safe space where we express our right to freedom of speech. And
That's right. So what do you say? Should we move on to the Dolphins?
That's our last AFC East team. So yes, let's go Dolphins.
We haven't talked about Anita Dick yet, but I think Dixon Cider and Anita Dick should get together. I'm sure they would make a lovely couple. YouTube shorts, I hope. Ain't no way I'm checking out your late meet there. But all right, man. All right. So the Dolphins. Bears are taken away. The one bear killer is now QBing the Miami Dolphins in Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The only problem is they traded away basically the whole damn team or cut the rest of them.
Yeah. He's got no weapons to work with.
Yeah. Holy cow. I pulled up their transactions, so I'll read through this as quick as I can because there's a ton of them. Released Alec Ingold and kicker Jason Sanders. Released Bradley Chubb. Resigned AJ Green. Released Tua. Resigned Butler and Willie Gay Jr., Riley Patterson, signed Malik, signed Zane Gonzalez. Agreed to terms with the trade, 7th round for Minka Fitzpatrick, pending a physical. They signed Josh Uche, Daryl Baker, Robert Deal, Zane Anderson, Jamari Sawyer, Tutu Atwell, Marco Wilson, Ethan Bonner, signed tackle Charlie Heck, Tucker Addington, Jalen Tolbert, David Ojabo. And then they went on to draft Caden Proctor, left tackle, Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State, Jacob Rodriguez as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Caleb Douglas, Will Kasmerick, tight end out of Ohio State. Chris Bell, wide receiver out of Louisville. Trey Moore, linebacker out of Texas. Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pittsburgh. Michael Taffy, the safety out of Texas. Kevin Coleman Jr., wide receiver out of Missouri. And a couple other picks, including Max Llewellyn, the edge out of Iowa, towards the back end of the 7th round. So a ton of movement. New coach. They signed pretty much everything they could except for wide receivers.
Yeah. So Chad sums it up right here. The Bears will be playing second and third stringers by halftime.
A ton of moving parts here. It's going to take them a while to get it together, and they just gutted that team.
Yeah.
Do we think Malik Willis will be the quarterback of the future? I'm guessing not. That's probably a 2-3 year stopgap at most.
Yeah. Unless, of course, right here, again, the Dolphins are going to be in Tankathon.
Tank it for Tua? Yeah.
And then trying to get a quarterback there early in the draft. So with Noah here, 45-19 Bears.
Yeah, that's I think that's a pretty straightforward one. They're going to be so young, inexperienced, new head coach, the whole nine. They just don't have the firepower at this point.
Nope. All right, let's see here. Before we get into the division, it looks like we got a few games that are outliers, I guess you call these, right?
The NFC North first place division schedule teams.
There you go. And one being, we were just away. I'll pick home. The Philadelphia Eagles. We'll go Philly. We'll go Eagles here.
Philly at home. You think Philly might have this game circled on their calendar?
Maybe, yeah. There could be a bad taste left in their mouth after that lunch money stealing that happened, that game.
Yeah, I think you're going to get their best shot. That's for damn sure. They're not going to sleep on the Bears this year. Because that was pretty much, I think we could point to that game where the Bears season officially took the turn for us as Bears fans, and everybody was fully bought in at that point in time. And that's where they just took off. In my opinion.
You know what would be really evil to do is during this Eagles game, we are going to run 13 personnel every fucking down. Because they're going to be back there with PTSD going, here we go again. Here we go again. And then we're just going to open it up and just pass it all over them. And then the second they want to not put 8 in a box, then we'll go right back to running it with Kyle Monungai. There you go.
Yeah,
Maniacal.
So Eagles in the offseason, just kind of going through, nobody really standing out. They re-signed Dallas Goedert, who was their best tight end, came to terms with Hollywood Brown. Nothing too exciting there. They agreed to a deal to Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. So that's where he went after he left the Bears. So,
Good luck to them.
Yeah. In terms of their draft, picked up Mekhi Lemon, who everybody says is going to replace A.J. Brown. Eli Stowers, the tight end from Vanderbilt. Markel Bell, a tackle from Miami. Cole Payton, the QB from North Dakota State. And a couple, looks like, offensive, defensive linemen in the 6th and 7th rounds. So not a ton going on for them in the offseason or through the draft. Mekhi Lemon obviously being the biggest piece that they were able to bring in via draft.
Yep. Chad, I like Chad's energy here.
Mm-hmm.
He watched the Fog Bowl documentary, and his gut says the Bears have a huge victory again. Roush has his, this is the special note that I like. Roush has his welcome to the NFL moment. Like a breakout game, kind of like a 2 tutties, or maybe 1 touchdown over 100 yards, or a nice big block that just puts a linebacker on their fucking ass. I like all those. Let's check all those boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Get my Gruden face. That kind of shit gets me pumped, Chad. Gets me
Big
pumped.
Mike, it says, put me down for the dub, running 13 personnel all game.
All game. That's what I would do.
Day.
That's what I would set him up, because that's Ben Johnson. See, he doesn't think about the series before. He's remembering last year's game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're going to watch that game the week before when you're prepping for us. And you're going to be talking about, look at all those 13 personnel they ran it down our throats. We'll be damned if they do that to us again. And then we're going to line up 13 personnel. Guy goes in motion. Caleb's going to fake the handoff, roll out, and boom!
Sam Roush going for 10 grabs, 160, and 2 TDs.
Ooh, wee.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
I like it.
Me too. Eagles at home. I like that this time. This could be a primetime game. What did I hear? Up to 7 possible primetime games for the Bears?
Yeah, that's what Mike Florio was talking about. Yeah. He says we're going to be seeing the Bears all over the place this year, which I think we will. They had such a good season, and Caleb, honestly, is must-watch TV. Caleb Williams is absolutely must tune in and watch TV. And he's our quarterback. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing them a lot. I got the Bears winning this one. Even with the game that, like you said, like the Eagles will have this one circled on their calendar. Circle it 10 times if you need to. You're not winning this game.
This is a tough one for me. Between the last 2 non-divisional home games that the Bears have is between the Eagles and the Jags, and I think they'll end up losing one of those. The question is which one. I think the Eagles do come in with the chip on their shoulder. Though I liked what they did against them last year. I believe Fangio's still the D coordinator there. I think he'll be ready. He's a great D coordinator. Do I go win here, loss against the Jags? It's a tough one for me, man. Boy, I think I will end up saying loss here.
Okay.
I think, kind of looking ahead, I think the Jags will be a good game, but I think that's a winnable game for them. So,
ooh, I might go the other way on that game.
Mhm.
Because Jags are a
Yeah.
very good team.
Those are, I mean, both of those teams are playoff teams. Eagle was the playoff team. Jags were a playoff team. So
So Big Mike here, Ben's going to have a fucking tight end at quarterback. I tell you what, after next year's draft, so we'll play this season, next year's draft, is there such thing as 14 personnel?
don't forget about the tight end that they grabbed UDFA out of Iowa, large.
Will we
I-
see 14 personnel this season?
You know, some people have them making the 53 because they run so much 13. So we'll see. Maybe.
What does 14 personnel even look like? So 4 tight ends on the field. No, any wide receivers? No, none.
No running backs, nothing.
4 tight ends.
Yeah.
Woo. Hey, we have a very fashion forward head coach, offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It's
5
fashion
offensive
forward.
linemen, 4 tight ends. That's 9 QB. Yeah, so maybe you can fit a
Get one running back or
Yeah.
wide receiver.
yeah. Who knows?
All right. So that was it for the Eagles. Wedge, you could pick the next one.
All right.
Away.
So going away, Seahawks, which could be
Seahawks.
the opener. We shall see.
Seahawks, defending Super Bowl champions.
Most likely, right? If we're thinking like Wilbon, could be opening up the season on a Wednesday night primetime game. So gonna be a good measuring stick, that's for sure. If it is the first game, try to find out where we're at. This would be one of those that you would. I don't know. What would you think? Would you rather get them early before they get rolling, or
Yep.
would you rather get them late when you're maybe rolling? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm going to trust my gut. I wouldn't mind if they were week 1.
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind catching them. Just catch them, right?
Yeah.
Early on, they're still a little hungover from the Super Bowl. They let go of a lot of players, though, too, didn't they? This is not the same Seahawks team. They let a lot of guys walk.
Yeah, so I'm actually bringing up their roster right now, their transactions here.
But they still have Sam Darnold, right?
Yeah, Sam Darnold's still the trigger man here. All right. So obviously we know that they lost Kenneth Walker. He went to the Chiefs. They lost Kobe because we got him. So they re-signed AJ Finley, Rashid Shaheed, Drake Thomas, Josh Jones, Brady Russell. They released Tyler Hall. Signed Emmanuel Wilson. Signed Rodney Thomas II and Brandon Peely. Running back George Halani. Noah Igbengani. Wide receiver Cody White. Long snapper Chris Stoll. Jake Bobo. Shamar Jean Charles. DeAnthony Bell. They extended Jackson Smith and Jigba as well. They released Cam Akers. Signed tight end Harrison Bryant. Signed cornerback Michael Dansby, Devin Eastern, Andre Fuller, Manuel Henderson. Nobody else really jumping out. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. Their draft this year, they took Jadarian Price at the end of the first. Bud Clark, the safety out of TCU, who we looked at for the Bears as well. Julian Neal, cornerback out of Arkansas. Bo Stevens, the guard out of Iowa. Emmanuel Henderson, wide receiver out of Kansas. And a couple DBs at the back end of the draft here. So, yeah.
They're a really well coached team. I like that coach out there.
Mm-hmm.
get Romy here.
Bears go 5 personnel with Manungai taking QB snaps.
That's what I'm talking about.
Start drawing up the plays, Chad. What can they do?
And Madden, just create your own plays. That would be one.
Nothing but tight ends running around.
Just tight ends and linemen. and put a running back at under center so he can take the ball and just fucking run.
Seahawks coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
If that were to happen. What a way to kick off the season for the Bears, huh?
It would be. And it can go either way too, which makes it even more stakes involved, because opening week, if this is what it turns out to be, the Bears can win, catch Seahawks maybe a little bit, like I said, a little hungover still. Boom, nice good start for the Bears to go 1-0. But also the flip side is very possible where we're fucking rusty and we lose and then start the season 0-1 like we did last season.
Yeah, you think about it, with a new center coming in, playing their first game with the Bears and Ben Johnson's offense in the home of the 12s. That's a tough, tall task to ask, I think. I think this will be a good game, and this will be a good measuring stick. And if the Bears lose this game, I don't think it's an indictment on the season. It's, where are we going to stack up with these teams come playoff time?
Right.
And a lot of people aren't even picking the Seahawks to win that division. They're still picking the Rams.
Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one between those two.
Mm-hmm. Sprinkle in San Francisco there too.
So you beat me to it. I was going to say, don't sleep on the Niners either now.
Yeah. They'll be healthy for how long, we don't know, but
yeah. I'm taking the L on this one, boys.
Mm-hmm. Big Mike's not. He's saying put him down for the dub. Caleb's not losing their first game of the year.
I already got it. I got you locked in, Big Mike. It's a dub.
Yeah, I got to go L on this one as well. Even if it's later on in the year. Yeah, the Seahawks lost a bit, but that defensive front is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It would be, if it's the first game of the year, new center coming in. We saw kind of how many games it took the offensive line to gel last year. Granted, 3/5 of it will be in place, but there'll be 2 new starters in there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I got to think the L would be there for me too. Early on, Sam Darnold, if we had a pass rush, possibly, I think you can make this team one-dimensional. But early on, yeah, I think that would be a tall task. But I don't think the Bears get blown out in that game. You know, I think they show that they're going to be a legit contender.
Yeah, it'll be one of them close ones like we had with the Rams. Yeah. Like one of them numbers. Yeah, because with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, I don't count us out of any game. When we get to the Lions games and they're coming up, boy, did they whoop us something silly last season. But I think we might have something in store for them this season. Mm-hmm. We'll get there shortly. Next up, we're at home versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Ooh, let's take a look. Jacksonville in the draft. No first-round pick for them either. Picked the tight end, Nate Borkircher, tight end out of Texas A&M. Albert Regis, Emmanuel Pregnon, guard out of Oregon, supposed to be pretty good. Jalen Husky, safety out of Maryland. And the rest were all later round picks. Nobody really jumping off of the page on who they picked. Nobody that we were super excited about. They finished 13-4, first in the AFC South last year. So, with that being said,
I was kind of going back and forth between the Eagles and the Jags. I put the L with the Eagles. So for this one, I think the Bears, revisit their London game against Jacksonville, and they put it on them a little bit here. So I'm giving the Bears the dub.
And Mike, where you at? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say they revisit their tea celebration in honor of that game.
Ah, yes.
As a shout out to Bearlissimo.
Shout out to Bearlissimo, sipping tea. Big Mike, where you at? Win or loss on this one? I'm actually. Jags got a good front seven too, don't they?
They do.
And Trevor Lawrence really was starting to fucking get it too last season. This is kind of one of those games where who did I pick against the Bills? I'm gonna not that Trevor Lawrence has the resume that Josh Allen does, because he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But this could be another one of these things where if that defense of the Jags is kind of keeping us in check and the Jags just keep putting points up on the board, this could get away from us. And so that I don't go 17-0 on my record, I'm going to go ahead and take the L on this one. Big Mike, you're there with me too, huh?
I think Chad brings up a great point here. This is one of those games that, depending on where it ends up on the schedule, could mean the difference if you're going to pick them to win and loss, and you might swap that with the Eagles. I'm thinking, get them early on in the year, it's going to be tough. But you get them cold weather, Chicago weather, it'll be an easier game for the Bears.
So the Jags are reverse Toyota-thon?
Right. Pretty much. So you want that a cold weather game. Let those boys come from 80-degree heat and come into the 20 degrees and blowing wind at Soldier Field.
Brutal. All right.
Big Mike saying they're going to take a loss against the Jags there. What I see that Travis Hunter's, when he comes back, he's going to be switching over to cornerback as his full-time role.
Yeah. Everybody was saying, "What do you can't play both ways anymore. You just can't do it these days."
Mm-hmm.
So pick one, and he's going corner. Okay.
Yeah. Now it boils down to the division.
Here we go, boys. This is where it's going to get rough.
Talk about the teams. Obviously, we know that it's going to be a home-away split. So as we're talking about them, let us know if you think that they're going to win both home and away. They might win home but lose away, vice versa, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Let's see where they end up.
Let's start with the team that we don't really give a shit about first, and that's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, the Vikings. One Kyler Murray, most likely going to be taking over the helm of the Minnesota Vikings. So, the Minnesota Vikings, in terms of their draft, they drafted a lot of players that we were looking at for the Bears. One player they did not draft is Dylan Thieneman, but they did take Big Mike's guy, Caleb Banks. They picked up the linebacker out of Cincinnati, Jake Golday. Dominique Orange, a D-tackle out of Iowa State, so they doubled down there. They picked up the tackle, Caleb Tiernan, out of Northwestern, who we were also looking at as well. And then outside of that, Jacoby Thomas, a safety out of Miami. They also picked up Damon Claiborne, which is Create's guy, the running back out of Wake Forest. So
Big Mike's got a sweep in him. You know what?
Romy's got the split on it.
My original gut reaction is also sweeping the Vikings. Because you have to.
Yeah, you should.
I'm taking the sweep. I'm with you, Big Mike. I'm taking the sweep. Chad, you're also in on the sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, sweep.
I think I'm going sweep here as well.
All right. The house is all in on the clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings, get the hell off our field. Get out. Get the hell off our field. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit of a, you're going to have this serious quarterback competition between 9 and Kyler.
Yeah. If it's that close,
There's
I'm
a
definitely
problem.
feeling good about the sweep.
Yeah. Because what if, he doesn't watch tape. He had to have clauses written in his contract where he had to, right? Was that just a rumor or was that an actual thing? They had to have a clause written in his contract that you got to watch an hour tape a day now. See, now we got to hold your hand because you won't put the damn Call of Duty down. Going up against 9, which after that first week against us seemed like he couldn't read a defense to save his life.
Yeah. This Minnesota defense that we're used to seeing is totally been revamped here. They traded away a lot of pieces. They're getting longer in the tooth. They're trying to infuse a lot of youth on this defense. I think it's going to take a little bit, maybe a year or two, for that to come to fruition here. So, yeah, I think the Vikings here, they have a really good shot at sweeping those guys. They were 9-8, third in the NFC North last year. Squeaked out, I think, that last season win over Detroit to put them in third versus fourth. But it's the quarterback situation. Yes, they have a ton of talent on offense if they have a good trigger man. Kyler Murray returns to his Pro Bowl form, could be a different story. Can he stay healthy for a full season? Who knows? If he doesn't and 9 comes in, can he stay healthy? He hasn't shown that either. So in one of these games, you could be looking at a second or third string quarterback.
Woo! Yeah. I like it. All right, all the boys are in on the sweep. Romy changed it. Yeah, we're sweeping the Vikings. Next up on the docket.
Yeah, who do you go with? Which one?
Lions.
Lions, okay.
Now,
Whew.
let me state my case as I said this the last few shows. And I mean it. I will say this throughout the season as well. Because we'll do a quick game. And chat, feel free to chime in. But Wedge, we're going to play a game of Would You Rather.
Sure.
Would you rather split with the Lions and sweep the Packers? Or would you rather split with the Packers and sweep the Lions?
This is a tough one. I think at this point, I would rather sweep the Lions and split with the Packers because I think the Lions have the potential to have the better team. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. Everybody wants to kind of hand the Packers, I think, the division. And I know the Lions and Packers are pretty close there, but yeah, it just the Packers are one of those rivalry games. It would be hella tough to sweep them. Plus, we beat them twice last year, once in the playoffs. But I think at this point, if you were Ben Johnson, if I'm putting on my Ben Johnson cap, I think he wants to sweep the Lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
a tough
two,
one, man.
Because
I'm thinking about going back the other way.
Yeah, so it is. So my mind's a little bit in a pretzel too, because I mean, it's the Packers,
Right?
As Romy says right here in all caps, you always sweep the fucking Packers, and I know this, Romy. I know, but there was a little bit of like, with the 2 wins that we got on Green Bay last year, and the way that we did it, and one was a playoff game. I feel a little bit like we shook that monkey off our back a little bit. Not fully, because we need to go on a good run and beat their ass for longer. But with those 2 kicks in the balls that they suffered from us last season, that's got them plenty shook. Plenty.
Mhm.
Enough to sustain me to split with them for 1 year so that we could sweep the Lions, because the Lions just embarrassed us. Maybe not so much the second game. I think the score was a lot tighter. But come on, our first matchup against, they put up a 50 burger on us.
Yeah.
A 50 burger. And that game was nowhere close to what the score reflected, because there was some garbage time points we got in that game. They whooped our ass. It was the most infuriating game to watch. And I know that chafed Ben's ass. I know his ass was chafed on that one. And so for me, for this season, I'll just speak for this season. It's not going to be my rule going forward of splitting with Green Bay to sweep the Lions. No, just this season, I would give up sweeping the Packers to sweep the Lions. Yes.
I guess, if I was in my Ben Johnson head, I think he would want to sweep the Lions and split with the Packers. But if I'm in Wedge's head, which I am, and where I live, I'd rather sweep the Packers, because then I got another full year of fucking talking shit and not hearing any shit. Right? So yeah, man, that's really tough. You know what? I'm officially changed. I'd rather sweep the Packers, right? Because we played little brother to them for so long that just get on top of this rivalry and just beat them down year after year after year, right?
And just split with the Lions, but dominate the Packers.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm thinking long term here. Just switch the narrative, get the all-time series back in the Bears' favor, and then we could be like, listen, man, you guys have 40 years of Hall of Fame quarterback plays, and the all-time series still isn't a lead for you guys, even though it is right now. But just reclaim that title.
All right. Now, that was just an exercise. That wasn't what we're actually going to pick. Because although I said I would want to sweep the Lions, I don't think we're sweeping the Lions. I think we'll split with them, and that's at best. I think that's at best. We'll split.
I agree with you. I think the split is there. The Lions have done enough, I think, to retool a little bit. I don't think they're going to be quite as explosive as they were last year. They did pick up another edge rusher to go opposite of Hutchinson, yeah. And Derek Moore, we'll see what he ends up being. But yeah, I gotta think at this point in time, their division games, I think as Bears fans, we would be happy with a split against Detroit at this point after just getting dominated by him over the last several years.
Yeah. Yep. Although I still, again, would like to see the sweep, but all right, so you're splitting as well. A lot of you guys, Romy's splitting. Big Mike going for the sweep. I think Ben's got this totally on his calendar. I mean, I agree. I know he does. It's just whether or not we actually do sweep him. But Big Mike, you're going for the sweep. Big Mike, I have to say, I don't know if you're writing this down with us as we're going. This is looking like the 85 season, Big Mike.
We go 16-1.
He's damn near close to that. Big Mike, we have to lose a game here and there at some point. It's the NFL, so it's hard to win on Sundays.
No, hell no. Big Mike's going to be riding his new mower out there being like, yeah, we're winning 52-10 today, boys.
Oh, dude, if you guys would please join the Discord. I know that I see there's 12 of you here, because if you're a Bears fan, you're going to want to join our Discord, because during the games, those Discords are going to be lit up all game long of what the fucks and holy shits, and it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Chad says this is what's going to happen. Schedule will be Lions, Saints, Packers. You'll beat the Lions and begin thinking Packers, and your trap game loss will be the Saints.
Wow.
That would be a terrible sandwich game there for sure.
If that's how that works out, if that's how they maneuver the schedule to have, like, we play the Lions, we play the Saints, and then the Packers are after. We're not even looking at the Saints. We're already focusing on the Chad. Come on, man. That's how that happens too.
Big Mike's defending his picks, man. He's got losses against the Bills and the Jags.
Yeah. I know. We're gonna be 15-2, Big Mike. We're 15-2. All right, and last and certainly not least, our most hated rival, the Packers of Green Bay. This is a tricky one because I'll preface with saying that
the rivalry is renewed.
So you got to think of all these things that Ben Johnson has said about this rivalry. So in his introductory press conference, he really had to make it a point to say, and he really loved beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Yeah.
He got lucky that we met them in the playoffs so that he was a man of his word. And we did beat them twice last season.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if neither team made the playoffs, or say the Packers didn't make the playoffs, then we split with them. And so, like, my practical brain is trying to say, come on, we're going to split with Green Bay. But my hatred says otherwise.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. I want to see the drive-by handshake. We'll see it twice, regardless what the outcome is going to be. But when it's a win, it's just that much sweeter. And I want to hear a lot of fuck that team. We don't like that team.
I can't. So you know how bad I want to hear that again?
Yes.
Him in the locker room. Fuck the Packers. I hate those fucking guys. You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Coach of the people.
Yeah. This guy's a fucking psycho. I love it.
Have the Bears taken the step to where they could beat them twice in a season? That's the question.
So we don't have DJ anymore.
The cheese grater is gone.
So somebody's going to have to step up. I mean, it was dagger throws both games to beat them, to DJ.
Yeah.
Now it's cute because Luther Burns got his force choke. We all love that. And you know he's going to do that to the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he plays the Packers and gets a first down, he's force choking number 25. Okay. Learn. What's up? But, yeah, Loveland could be. Somebody has to step up. And with all the playmakers the Bears have on offense, somebody will step up. It's just that, again, I won't take anything away from Matt LaFleur. He's a good football coach. He gets those guys to play.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love is Jordan Love. You know, take advantage of his mistakes and miscues and things to take advantage of it and score points off his turnovers. But
Lambeau's a tough place to go and play.
It is.
For sure.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as much as I think we've shaken off some of the bad mojo Jojo from the Packers, I think we still need to, like you said it best, I mean, just whoop their ass twice a year for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? And so with us beating them twice already, because that was our last two games with them, were both wins, that mentality, I hope, for the players are like, yeah, fuck these guys. Man, we beat their ass 2 times last year.
Mm-hmm. I just hope this year they spread those games out a little bit. You know, what are we playing twice in 3 weeks?
Yeah,
I hate that shit, especially, you know, when they stack these divisional games or they backload or whatever the case may be. I want to see them play once in the first 8 games and another time in the last 9 or whatever it ends up shaking out to be. You know, at least one of these games will be prime time. If they're both in the running and fighting for the division like we think they're going to be, this is going to be a prime time late season matchup that will be flexed to a Sunday night or maybe even a Monday night game. That's almost a given here. So, with that being said, I'm with you, man. I think they're going to split. It's just, I think they're a little bit too close as of right now on this here. But, the one thing that can't happen is they can't lose both, or else last year now becomes an asterisk in the old record, keeping. So,
seriously. Romy says split as well.
I mean, this division, it's probably going to be the best division in football, or right up there with. It was most of the time last year. I think the West ended up edging them out a little bit as the division beat each other up a little bit down the stretch, but yeah, just counting up the.
So I'm going to tally this up. Let's you know what I'm going to do while I'm tallying this up? We're going to do a quick word from our sponsor. Okay, we have a lotion for men coming up. Ashbagasha, they're called. But you guys just sit back, enjoy the commercial. It's all paid sponsorship. Check it out. Hey, neckbeard. Life got you all stressed out? Your job sucks. As soon as you pay a bill, another one comes in. Your kids, testing your patience because they act like little demons, all hopped up on Mountain Dew. Well, have I got something for you.
Ashba.
That's right, stupid. Ashbagaja. Make sure to apply it on generously. Use both hands if needed. Now get in there and do what nature's intended. Mother Nature's calling.
Ashbagaja, you son of a bitch!
Feeling relieved? We knew you would be. Now get back in the game and be the best version of yourself. Ashbagaja. The pressure you didn't know you needed to relieve. There we go. Yep. Lotion formulated for men.
Ashbagaja. Is that made in Oshkosh?
It could be.
Okay. Gotcha. They took over the old Oshkosh Bagash clothing factory.
That's right. All right. Big Mike, I'm disappointed, Big Mike. Come on. But here we go. Big Mike, the Bears are going 15-2. It could happen. I'm not like I don't put ceilings on anybody. But 15-2, Big Mike, and then me and Wedge, even though our losses and wins came at different places, both ended up 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, Chad. Chad's got us 10-7.
Yeah, I think 10-7, 11-6. I think that's kind of the area that this team could fall. Listen, they could be 10-7 and still be a better team. I know a lot of people have been saying that. Just with how tough this division is, that could, they could just beat each other up. I mean, you got to make hay outside of the division. That's what the Bears did last year, man. They capitalized on those games. Even though they didn't have the best divisional record, they still were able to capture the North.
Indeed. Chad, if this Saints sandwich, that's what I'm going to call it. We're going to dub it the Saints sandwich. If this Saints sandwich happens to occur, I'm never going to stop talking about it. I'm going to be like, I remember in the preseason before even the preseason, Chad fucking said this shit, and then it fucking happened, and then like it's a whole fucking thing now because like you don't want to go into that Packers game having just lost to the fucking Saints.
Right.
Oh, Chad, you're putting it out there, man, for the universe to go. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. Romy, put the lotion in the basket. That's right. Act now. Supplies are limited. It's going fast. The men seem to love it. Let's see. Learn. We were already better last year. Now Caleb has more time in the offense. Yes. Defense is healthy. Yes. Draft was awesome. It's pretty damn good.
Mhm.
There's a gap developing, gentlemen. Enjoy it. You know it. We're just gonna just kick back and let it ride.
Let's go.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I think the tides are turning. So that's one thing. If we know, if you've learned any kind of rhythm in life has a pattern. It's a pendulum. It swings back and forth. And that's it. Sorry, Green Bay. You picked a bum. I don't know what to tell you. You're Jordan Love and you signed him to a big contract. Have fun with that because now it's our turn.
Mhm.
Now it's our turn. You had a little Vikings were in the mix there for a year or two. Lions even made some noise. But we already figured out the missing ingredient for the Lions was Ben Johnson. He's gone. So the Lions are just going to have to make do with what they got and be at our mercy. That goes for any NFC North team. You're at our mercy now.
Yeah. Hey, let's make the North come through Chicago or Arlington Heights, hopefully. Division used to be tough. The Packers are average. The Vikings have 9, and Detroit gets worse every year. Ben's gone. Shut the front door, man. 18 is king in the North.
Love it. Love it. Great comment.
Ben's talking shit. Caleb's talking shit. Big Mike's talking shit. 15-2. Book it.
Yeah, buddy.
And of course, Romy, he loves gaps. I'm sure he does.
That's right.
Thigh gaps? Be at the
All.
top of the list.
Wedge all of the gaps.
You got it.
All of
The
them.
league took a big shift last season, and the Bears are sitting on top.
We are. That's the way I'm growing into the season.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Ben, that's for coaches and players. Oh, we're starting over. Not for me. I'm walking in this bitch fucking king of the North. Until we're dethroned, it's going to take 17 weeks to dethrone us. Until then, I'm going to be insufferable.
That's right. Until we're officially eliminated,
Yeah,
we are still kings of the North.
that's right.
Mhm.
So, man, oh, man. Good show. That was good. That took us exactly the 2 hours of the show to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was good. And I feel confident. 11-6. Now, I'll ask, because, of course, 15-2, we're going to the Super Bowl with Big Mike. But 11-6, that punches. Does that win the North? I'll start there. Does 11-6 win the North? Who's going to win 12 games in the North?
Yeah.
Green Bay? Detroit?
I think 11-6 does. You might come down to tiebreakers, worst case scenario. But I have a feeling that the top 3 teams are just going to beat up on each other. And the Vikings, it's one of those things, man. They have rivalries too, right? They have rivalries with the Packers. That's still a big game there. So that could be a game that jumps up and bites one of them. They jump up and bit the Bears at home. Week 2, I think it was, or was that the opening game maybe?
Yeah,
But,
week 1.
Yeah. It's just, you just don't know. They're divisional games, man. It's really tough to predict those, especially early on when you see what they have. So,
Damn, even learned 13-4. Okay,
okay.
that definitely wins the North. 13 games.
Yeah.
But so my question is though, and I don't have it pulled up. I should ask chat real quick. So while we're busy playing the Jaguars, the Eagles, and the Seahawks, who is Detroit playing? Who's Green Bay got? They've got to have somebody easier, right? For those 3?
Yeah, because they're playing the second and third place divisional teams in those. So,
yeah, I agree with this one, Big Mike. KC, Baltimore, Buffalo. This is probably maybe Buffalo's one of their last go-arounds the next 2 seasons. Otherwise, they're going to. Yeah.
Yeah, so while you were looking at that, I just pulled up Detroit's 2026 opponents. So they have the Bucks, Patriots, Jets. They have the Giants at home and the Titans. Oof. So Giants, Titans probably going to be a little bit easier games. Though the Giants did a lot in the offseason. They actually have a good coach.
They
Their
have a good
away
coach now.
opponents, pretty similar. All the same teams that the Bears play: Cardinals, Dolphins, Panthers, Bills, Falcons, Vikings, Packers, Bears. So,
The only Achilles heel I'll say to the Giants is Matt Nagy.
yeah.
But I wonder if he's even going to be calling plays. Is Harbaugh going to be calling plays?
No, he's not.
He's
a
a
play
defensive
caller.
guy.
Yeah,
He's a-
special teamer, special
There you
team
go.
coach.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're screwed, okay? They're screwed. Because, again, Matt Nagy's going into a situation where he has a young quarterback. I don't like young quarterbacks. And you got Jackson Dart. Well, make it work now, stupid.
Yeah, so I pulled up the Packers while we were talking about it. Their non-conference teams are pretty tough, man. You look at they play Falcons, Panthers, Bills, Dolphins. They play the Cowboys and Texans at home. On the road, they play Bears, Lions, Vikings, Patriots. On the road, Jets, Saints, Bucks, and then they play the Rams.
Ooh, so theirs is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Because the
So,
Rams, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And then the first set of games, you said the Texans. Boy, that's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Texans also bolstered their defensive line, which was already nasty as it was.
Cowboys could be a tough game for them as well. They get them at
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
you know. So
Romy, good night. So I'm glad we're not playing. Yeah, me too.
yeah, that
front-
defense is going to be nasty.
Woo! And then, okay. Chad, he says Cowboys will beat the Packers. You're welcome in advance. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
I'm gonna hold you to that. When it's
Mhm.
Packer week for you, I'm gonna be pumping you up, right? Hitting you on the
Yeah.
shoulder pads, getting you ready to go. Go ahead.
Learns reminding us here too, fellas. You've been hurt too many times. It's okay. You can trust them now. I know you've been hurt, but be brave.
I know. It's hard, okay? It's hard. You can't just forgive and forget. We're traumatized.
The early 2000s, man.
To all the years. Okay?
Yeah.
Just all of them. Except for 1985 and 2006.
Right. Big Mike thinks the Texans are going to go deep. Man, the wild card there is CJ Stroud.
Thank you.
It's,
Yeah.
Do you get CJ Stroud of his rookie year or do you get CJ Stroud of last year?
Yeah.
'Cause
You
he
get
looked
CJ Stroud
horrible.
of that playoff loss.
Yeah.
You're gonna
heavy.
get that one because he fucking imploded that game.
Mhm. So Chad said hopefully it makes up for the potential Saint sandwich.
As long as Courtney Cronin puts pickles on it, it's fine.
Right. You are definitely going to have to get in the Discord for when we are talking during the Bears games. So
Yes.
the chats that Ez and I usually have will be migrating over to the Discord so you can see all the frustrations, all the predictions, everything else that we throw out there during these, the ebbs
Yeah.
and flows, the highs, the lows. You'll get to see it all.
Yeah. And learn you might be the voice of reason that our Discord needs. Okay?
The
Because
moderator.
when I'm having an absolute Chernobyl meltdown and it's only the second quarter, you could be there to be like, hey, Ezra, I mean, chill. There's still, Caleb doesn't start playing until the fourth quarter. Relax. RELAX. And then I'll go, oh, damn, you know what? He's right. You know what, Learn? You'll get a cool. You can make your own nickname.
Yeah.
Down in the description's the link to our Discord. So go click the description, go down there, download Discord, make your profile. You can make it whatever you want.
Maybe
I already
we'll
like.
call.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe we'll call Learn the Cooler or Dalton, right from the old Roadhouse. His name is Dalton, the best cooler in the business.
Something like that. Because right, you're the one to cool it down. Dr. Learn. How about Dr. Learn? Because you're going to be like my psychiatrist in the Discord. Again, when I'm having a meltdown and wanting to end it all, you're going to be like, no, relax.
We're good, bro. We're good.
It's Caleb and Ben. They got this. Chill.
Listen,
Boy, you were...
Caleb won't really start slinging in until 4 minutes left on the clock. We're good.
Yeah. Just got to relax, Ezra, man. Relax. Sometimes Wedge will lose it, too. I'm waiting for Henrock. Henrock hasn't been on the show in a while, but he's got to get in there, too, because he's usually chatting with us during the game. But I'm telling you, we get enough Bears fans in there, it's going to be off the chain. Because it's not going to just be us having meltdowns during the games. We'll be having a good time for whooping another team's ass. But what you get to see is, and get to share is, like, what are your munchies for the game? Do you got something on the grill? Take a picture and share it. Do you got something baking in the oven? A nice 7-layer taco dip or something? Take a picture, share it. It's what we do. We're foodies. We're from Chicago. It's food. It's what we do.
Threw the ribs up there this past weekend.
You did put the ribs in this weekend, which, my God, man, that finished product. My mouth filled with saliva. That's just the caveman in me saw those ribs, and I was like, wow.
The kid came over, man. The dude polished off a rack by himself. I was like, damn. Good for him, man. I was stuffed after like 2/3 of rack, and the missus put down a third. So, yeah, no leftovers after that one.
Uh-oh. Learn's got some questions here. Tell me how Caleb isn't going to improve. 10%. Given his history of improvement, bundle up, mother truckers. 18's playing for blood. I think so, too. I mean, when you saw his press conference, when they reported back to Alice, kids in tents, he's ready. What did he say? He wants to be the top offense? Or did he say top 3, top 5 offense? Or did he say the best offense in the NFL? That's a lofty goal to set, but if the kid is putting in the work, and so are his receivers, and so are all the draft picks and the new linemen, and so on and so forth, we could have a top 5 offense here.
Yeah.
Top 3, maybe.
At the end of the season, we could, if he really shows out, steps up, improves, let's hope that the Bears are doing good enough that he's going to be in the MVP talks. We're talking 4,500 to 5,000 yards, like he already blew that away type of thing. Yeah, it's sky's the limit here, I think.
Ooh.
He doesn't want to win. He wants to crush. I will break you. Best offense ever. He's going after Denver. Peyton Manning. Okay. If he's throwing 50 touchdowns, I will say this right now. The Bears will be in the Super Bowl. Can you imagine a Bears quarterback throwing for like 5,000 for 50 tutties?
No.
It's
my brain will not even attempt to imagine that.
No. It's having a hard enough time thinking of a quarterback throwing for over 4,000, though we were 58 yards away last year.
You're that close, man.
Mm-hmm.
When Ben Johnson talked about the drop passes and missed opportunities, what did he leave? 400-something yards on the field.
Yep. Learn says you can book that 50, brother. Before he's done, he's throwing for 50.
I can see that. I don't know about this season, but the next ensuing seasons, because, we're going to sign him. We're going to extend him. He's going to be our quarterback for the next 10 years. In that time, I could see Caleb throwing 50 because his just arm talent is way too different. It's different. It's special. It's one of them things. How many times has Pat Mahomes thrown 50 touchdowns in a season? A lot.
Once.
Only once? Damn.
That's a good question, man. I'd have to check Google. I would be shocked if it was more than once.
Yeah, the once.
Yeah.
And he hit 50 exactly.
Yeah.
2018.
That's not an easy feat, man.
It ain't. Holy shit. Only 3 quarterbacks in NFL history have thrown 50 touchdowns in a season.
Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So tough to do. But I wouldn't doubt, again, in this next 10 years of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, he might do it.
Yeah.
He could do it, especially with the weaponry. Our weaponry on offense is insane. I know we did this last show, and I'm rehashing that, but the weaponry on offense it's nuts.
Yeah, it definitely has the potential, man. So with what we're predicting for the schedule, say the Bears go 10-7 or 11-6, and they're a wild card team, is this season still a success for you? What success look like after this season for you? Real quick, off the top of your head.
Oh. Open ended, or the situation that you said? Give it to me one more time?
Yeah, so if assuming the Bears win 10 or 11 games,
yes,
what does a successful season look like for you? And I guess I guess you could throw the record out. What does a successful season look like for you for the Bears?
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's pretty basic. I'm not asking for much. Win the division and make a deep run in the playoffs. NFC Championship, maybe. If we lost in the NFC Championship, I'd look back and go, damn, that was a great season. Like that was an upgrade. We took the next step. I would accept that. Now let's say we only get a wild card, but then we make a deep playoff run, NFC Championship. Also a success. I guess then the common denominator would be a make the playoffs and win in the playoffs.
Okay. So if they make the playoffs and are one and done, not a good season?
Yeah, no, I would still be happy with the season because we've been so playoff starved for so long that any appearance in the playoffs to me is a win. I'd be disappointed though, like, damn, man, fucking one and done, damn. But would I still say it's a success? Maybe not. If it's a wild card and one and done, like we didn't win the division, but we got a wild card and we lost in the wild card round, no, because they set the bar. Okay, you know what the Bears did? They set the bar, and now I operate off that new bar, which is win the division and win in the playoffs.
Lauren says it's okay to admit, he's better, and he's with Ben.
He's with Ben now. Everything's okay. He's with Ben now.
A wild card loss would be like listening to 5 of Chris's comments in a row. We haven't seen Christopher in a while. I'll have to hit him up. Be like, yo, bitch.
He's out in the tropics, ain't he? Enjoying life.
He's back now. Do you think Caleb will throw for 4,000 yards this season? Hands down.
Yeah, so I could book it. If there's a betting app, book it now. Because, he's going to throw for 4,000.
This one hurts, man. If the Bears are one and done playoff team, they are the Packers.
Yeah. And that's the disappointment that I would feel. It's exactly that.
I mean, if they're one and done like 5-6 years in a row, a little bit different story. To me, if they make it to the playoffs, even if they are one and done, now you're starting to show that you could be a consistent playoff team. Would I be disappointed? Absolutely. Do I think it's failure of the season? I don't, especially if you see the progression from these players that we want to see. If Caleb takes the next step, Loveland, so on and so forth, to where they'll be good. Because you got to think, if you're thinking long term, if we make the playoffs this year, that year after this year could be even more exciting because look at what we have coming off of the books. Look at the splash you can make in free agency. If they hit on these draft picks, look at the consistency that we're showing at picking good draft picks.
Right.
We're building the team through youth, and this team is going to get younger and better, more sustainable. I think it would still be a step in the right direction.
Yeah, those are victories for sure.
Mhm.
And especially because that's been our GM's moniker, or what his go-to saying all the time is sustained success and building through the draft. Those two things. Sustained success by building through the draft. So like you said, if these kids are coming in from the draft as rookies and being contributors, and then year 2 take the big steps, oh yeah, that's a huge victory there.
Yeah. And then you continue to get younger on defense, and then you got to hit on some defensive line picks. It's got to happen. That's got to be the next phase in this, right? Learn saying Caleb pass yards plus run yards greater than 6,000 total yards of offense for the Bears this year.
If he were to do that, he'd be dead.
Learn saying, hell, we might get 2,000 of those from the tight ends. It's possible.
If Loveland gets 1,000 and Cole and Roush split 500 or split 1,000, 500 apiece.
Yeah.
That's 2,000 coming out of the tight end room.
Yeah, very well. Could be. So
then that means we're running 13 personnel way too damn much.
Or we've ran it so much and we're dominating so much at it that teams don't have a chance. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, gentlemen. This is overtime. We don't get paid overtime on this show.
We're punching that clock, boys.
That's a lot of first downs. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's like Randall Cunningham, Mike Vick, and Madden numbers. Passing yards and rushing combined 6,000. I used to do that with Mike Vick and Madden. Trade him to the Bears.
Okay. You read that one way, I read it a different way. So I read it as the passing game plus the run game equaling 6,000 total yards, not all just Caleb.
That's what I was thinking.
If that was just Caleb, holy cow. Woo. Watch out.
Let's see. Alien Express, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Alien. Let's see. Roush is going to get as much time as Smythe did. And he was a vet.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Roush gets a few more snaps, quite honestly. Because I think Smythe was around that 250 to 300. I could see that happening easily.
Okay, so Alien's got to see. He knows the bar I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new bar. They did it. I didn't do it. The Bears did it when they showed us what they did last season. That's the new bar. Win the division, but Alien's saying to win it all, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That is always the goal, but
yeah, I you gotta kind of put that out there, and I don't want to open up too many more. Yeah.
I read it right. I
read
did. That right.
So
6,000 yards.
I was just in disbelief, man.
You're like, there's no
5,600 yards. He would be the all-time passing leader in the NFL. I'm pretty sure. Wasn't Peyton Manning's best season like 5,400 and some change? Yeah. So.
Let's see. Alien Express says, look at Sean McDermott and Harbaugh. Yeah. They made the playoffs all the time, but McDermott and Harbaugh just couldn't get over the bar. And they got shit canned.
Yep. I definitely think the Bears need to make a Super Bowl within the next 3 or 4 years to make this thing really kind of cemented in as an all-timer type of thing.
Damn, Flern. Damn. Caleb's new floor is prime Drew Brees. Damn. Okay. I mean, I'll take all that. I'll take all that smoke and optimism. I like it. Alien Express, it sounds like to me like you're totally a Bears fan. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Go down into the description below. Down in the description, there's a Discord link. Join our Discord.
Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson is on the clock, whether he likes it or not. He has to get us a chip, or he go. Same
Woo!
thing with Poles. Those two are married. If something goes wrong, I think Poles and Ben exit the building. At that point, I think they're joined at the hip now.
Nice. That's right.
Alien Bears fans, it's 87.
All right.
While you're in here, Alien, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, ding the bell. We do go live twice a week.
Yep. Wednesday night, Sunday mornings. And
Mhm.
during the season as well, you want to catch our Sunday morning pre-games because we go earlier than everybody else's pregame. So if you got a favorite pregame show that you watch, you just tune into us just a little bit earlier because we also have pregame shows that we like to watch and set up with the smokers and the barbecues and all the things going on. So yeah, we like to get in early. So if you're up early on Sunday morning and you want to hear Bears before you hear more Bears, we're your guys.
Yeah.
But thank you for bopping in, though. I appreciate you. And thank you for the comments. Comments are always welcome on the show.
Yeah, we get to them all. Sometimes they come in fast and furious, but we get to them all. So, all right, man.
Yeah.
What do you say?
A
Should we
great
put a
show
bow on this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Great show, you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys were absolutely the best as always. And oh, it's an emoji that can't be shared on PC or something. All right. But no, you guys were the best as always. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for chatting and hanging out with us. It was awesome. See all your faces again. Until Sunday, bear down.
Bear down.